What's up, guys? I'm Andrew. This is RS Built, and on today's episode, we're going to get into getting that rear radiator torn down and getting the rear body panels off. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so moving on back to the rear of the car. Obviously, our radiator is toast, and we've got this broken fan shroud here. This has been bothering me since day one, so it'll be good to go ahead and get that thing out of here. And we've got something weird going on with the body back here. So as you can see, we've got a gap over here on the right, but there is no gap over on the left. So I'm going to dig into it and figure out exactly what we've got going on here. Right, radiator is off. I just want to take a second to give a special shout out to the guy who installed the band clamps at the Lamborghini factory for using 3 flatheads and 1 Phillips. Alright, rear grille is removed. And what do we have here? A broken taillight tab. I was really hoping that this taillight was going to be perfect. Unfortunately, it is not. So that's kind of a huge bummer. Alright, rear deck lid is off. So I just need to take this opportunity to give another special shout out to the boys at the Lamborghini factory. Right here, this is the bottom side of our deck lid. As you can see, we have 2 square hardpoints and 1 circular hardpoint. Just goes to show that consistency doesn't matter when you're building $200,000 cars. Alright, so last thing I want to do back here is get this rear bumper cover off. Then should be able to see pretty well what's going on with the frame. So what I need to do is, it looks like I've got to pull this grill, because we've got a screw here that's in the body and then a screw down here in the bumper cover. Same as over here. Actually that one's, and all the bumper cover, but regardless, there's at least that one screw that's gonna give me trouble. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out of here, get that out of the way, And hopefully I should be able to get that bumper cover off. Rear bumper is off. So this thing was a bit of a pain to get out of here, especially because there were a couple of screws that were right in here up along this piece of carbon right there. And especially the one, it's hard to see, but there's this hole here. And that was nearly impossible to get a wrench on. I think I was turning maybe an 1/8 of a turn at most, probably closer to like a 32nd. But everything's out, it's off. I ended up, for anybody of those of you at home trying to pull your own bumper cover off, there was a plastic piece, this guard, that was right here. Once I pulled that off, it made it a lot easier to get in here, to get back behind these, whatever they are, I guess they're the spacers. So once I was able to get back there, then it wasn't too terrible to get those bolts out and get the bumper off. And what's interesting about those is they're all actually bent. So if you look at one of these bolts, I can clearly see right there where it's gotten bent. And all of them are like that. Every single bolt has some bend to it. So that's kind of interesting, and that would definitely help explain why the bumper was sagging down a little bit. So with this bumper out of here, I'm able to finally get a level on the frame and see how we're looking. And unfortunately, I think our frame is bent a little bit. As you can see, our bubble in the middle here is not level. I was hoping that the entire car wasn't level, but I went underneath with a 4-foot long level, and that is just about perfect. So what must have happened was something when we lost this wheel over here, we pushed the entire right side of the car up. And so when that happens, we win the frame. So that's really unfortunate to see. I'll probably have to get this car on a frame machine at some point in the near future and hopefully get it straightened out.
Alright guys, that's a wrap. It's definitely a little unfortunate to find that we had our frame damage in the rear, but it's not entirely unexpected just because it was a salvage car to begin with. I mean, these cars are worth a lot of money and to have to salvage it out, I mean, there's going to be some significant damages. Not entirely surprised, definitely disappointed, but not surprised. So that's something that we can look forward to in the future. We will get that frame fixed. Might take a little while, but it will happen. I promise you that. What I can also promise you is next time I will change the oil. I talked about it in the last episode. It will happen this time. I actually found out that I needed some more parts. So I got those parts in, and we can finally get that done next time. So you can look forward to that. Just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.